I'm visiting the black box to see. Yeah. Oh wait, it's the shop master.
The shop master?
You get an upgrade.
I love it.
We're gonna set up right after this one, so I'll be back after my performance or lesson. Hello, we're in the black box. I'm setting up for Capstone with Yuvia. So we got some mylar on the floor, and Yuvia's doing the reeds by pre-poking the holes.
Trying to.
These are UV lights set up, and the bulb machines I'm assuming are gonna be around here.
Like around we could do it actually there.
We could do one. I feel like one here, maybe one back there. Yeah, but we have to decorate this huge space, or at least get part of it decorated before tomorrow. So I'm just gonna be laying all the mylar on the floor. Oh, we're out.
Seriously?
Yeah, that's it.
Improvise!
Improvise! Never mind, guys. Change your plans.
Change it.
Okay, I think that's good.
We had a couple that just like came very currently. So they'll just come in, go to class, come in, go to class. Wait, this is like such a fun break though.
We had two types of people too. We had the calm ones, and then we had the very excited people.
That like we're getting overstimulated and just
Yes.
Oh, I can't see it. I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, actually, don't come, guys. I changed my mind. I was so scared.
Yeah, you have to get into some of this footage so I can use it for the reel.
Did you have someone come and take photos too?
Awesome.
My sleeve.
That's so cool. Go ahead and like flash them. Heck yeah. And camera's struggling with this lighting.
They glow more brighter if we get closer. If you want to see. See?
Oh, heck yeah.
Right?
Oh.
It's on your camera too. The bubbles.
Can I see this? Kind of.
Yeah, some on your hair.
Frick!
Just a good wipe.
My baby!
photos here and there.
This is my capstone partner, Yuvia. And we're about on the last hour of this capstone. We end at 5, right?
Yeah, we end
So
at
it's like
5.
less than an hour, actually. Less than an hour, and the capstone of 2026 is done.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yay!
Hello, so I'm Natcha,
And I'm Yuvia.
and we did our capstone together called...
Finbound.
So Fenbound is an immersive exhibit that plays with light, sound, and the environment around you. So what we did is we used UV lights, UV bubbles, UV markers, and clear balloons to help create an exhibit that people could walk in and mess around with. We started with the concept of bubbles, inspired from the World Expo of 2025. I was specifically inspired off of the Singapore Pavilion, where they had like this bubble room with smoke and light, and people were just waiting to like pop these bubbles. And I was like, it would be so cool if I could recreate that here in La, and talk to Yuvia, and we ended up deciding to do that. But we didn't want to just do bubbles, so we ended up, because we have lighting.
Yeah.
So taking advantage of the lighting that we have here, we did UV bubbles. So they glowed under the UV light, and it looks super, super cool.
And we also took inspiration from the Balloon Museum from Houston, where we actually got to see installations similar to how we created them. And we took inspiration from those installations, especially the ballet balloons, which was just a room of balloons glowing in UV light as well, spinning around, and we had fun with just that simple concept. So we decided to make a concept similar to that. However, we also wanted to put our own spin to it.
So one of the interactive elements that was also inspired off of that was the balloons. So basically these were clear balloons that were put on sticks to kind of resemble reeds or around our little marsh. Fenbound is
Just a little marsh, a low water marsh with bits of reeds.
So following that name, we used the balloons and kind of had them as like our reeds around this little marsh that we created. And people could take UV markers and draw or write on them, leaving messages for people. And they could choose to take the balloon with them, or they could leave it there and let it be admired. Most people actually chose to leave their drawings and writings. So at the end of the day, we had like a bunch of like neon little glowing balloons. And
Just
it was
a
really
bit of
cool.
a garden, honestly.
Like a garden of people's thoughts, their memories, how they felt in the moment. I really liked how they took the markers and they went crazy. They didn't just draw on the balloons; they drew on basically every other thing there.
The skin.
The skin, the puddle. So that wasn't something we expected, but it added another layer of an interactive element to our exhibit.
I think what we didn't expect also was the bubbles, where it splashed on everything.
Oh my god, yes!
And then it splashed on people's faces, and when they got too close to the lights, you could see everything. So it was just pretty funny to see how people would come closer to the light and suddenly their whole face is splattered with bubble solution everywhere.
So everyone kind of interacted with the exhibit at their own pace. I want to mention the music a little bit, the music that I composed for the background. So originally it was supposed to be a cello and piano duet, but the cello ended up falling through and I just couldn't get it to the point where it sounded not too melodic. I really didn't want the music to dictate any type of feeling. I wanted it to be extremely vague and be able to convey all sorts of emotions. So I played a bunch of different arpeggios on the piano, and I made sure not to stick to a specific major or minor, and also added diminished and augmented chords, and overlaid that with the sound of rain, specifically rainforest rain and like an icy rain, which is a lot sharper, more crystalline. And since I was using a keyboard, I was also able to adjust those arpeggios to make them sound a little bit more like crystals or falling rain, even strings. So I really played around with that and found a great medium for people to kind of just be in the space, and it wasn't overwhelming.
A lot of people also mentioned about the microwave beeping that they heard too. They liked that microwave beeping because it felt more of like, how do I explain it? It made them feel grounded in a sense that even though they're in this space of some sort of like different dimension or different reality than what they came from, they still felt a bit more grounded to be like, we're still here in a sense. And so they had like just like a fun quirk to the microwave beeping they would hear throughout the song. And they just laughed every time they hear the unexpected beep. every so often, so it just brought like a little bit of joy for them every so often.
I heard that, and it was too late to take it out of the recording. That was actually, it slipped in by accident. That was not supposed to be there. But I think it ended up turning out for the better.
It really did. Another aspect how we chose was to make everything centered rather than condensed to the whole room. Because as much as we like to do a whole room, we don't have as much materials as we could have. But I think centering it around in one space also made people interact with each other, even though they might have not known each other as well as they could have. So just having people coming together in a more compacted space had them like experience each other's joy and emotions, and it just like bounced off each other to make like this. They each make the space with themselves.
I definitely saw people just coming in and they're like, "Oh my god, have you tried it with this?" And like just playing around, and like I felt like the space was made for play in a way.
Yeah, a lot of people keep coming back too. Like it was such a stress reliever for some of them. They'll come in, they'll leave, and they'll come back saying, "I just need a little bit of me time," and they'll just start playing with the space and everything around it.
And it's like, I feel like it's a good contrast that we had like the bubbles and the markers for the people who didn't want to get too wet. It's like they could do the markers and the balloons. And for the people who was like absolutely love spinning around and swinging around the bubble, I know Steven, he went like flickering soap everywhere, and he definitely enjoyed having the markers drawn on his arm.
Oh, Lily, she definitely liked the slippery floor after all the bubbles got in one space. She would just go right there and start spinning all around just in that one section because it was enough fun that she can move everywhere.
Because like everyone kind of like really took to the space in their own way over time. But yeah, that was our capstone of 2026. Then bound. Yay!